Yo, 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 what's up, world? It's your boy K Mitch, and we back for another episode of the Social Currency Podcast. This is actually episode 3. Now, you know, when we come on that third episode, man, we gotta come. I'm big. I'm talking about the biggest. I'm talking about, you feel me? I'm talking about bigger than, enormous, ginormous. So, I had the pleasure to bring none other than Big Reform himself. So, y'all
Yes,
see me
sir.
flexing. Big Bossman Brewster in the building from D-Town, Oak Cliff,
Hey,
Texas,
man.
man. Hey, man, welcome to the Social Currency Podcast, bro.
Man, I appreciate the hospitality and the love that I have been receiving since landing in the H.
Man, we just wanted to roll out the red carpet for you and let you know we appreciate you, big homie. You know
Oh,
what
man.
I'm saying?
Say, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I go do a lot of interviews and stuff, man. But, man, the way y'all done had it rolled out for me out here, I'll come on back.
Yeah,
come on.
Well, that's what we want, man. You know, we love repeat business, man, and we love because relationships worth way more than money, man. So we want to make sure that we stay locked in even after this interview, and we stay tapped in, and we do shit for the culture because that's what we're here to do, man. But
Yes, sir.
on that note, what we do before we dive into the interview, man, here at the Social Currency Podcast, we always pay homage to our guests. So we're going to give you your flowers, but we give roses. Not just flowers, right? We're going to give you the top of the line, the rose, and we're going to appreciate the fact that you turn your pain to champagne because I know that you wasn't born with the best hand, but the hand you was dealt, you turned it into a winning hand.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? So we're going to goddamn make sure that we acknowledge and appreciate that by giving you a bottle of that Moet Rose.
Man.
Now, I know you probably can't fly on the plane with it, so you might have to just send me your address and I'll send it to
I
you.
can't fly with this?
I don't know, because it's the liquid. So they might not let you get through security with it, but either way, I'm going to make sure you get to your residence. So on Sunday, you know, when you're with the fam, you can pop that and, you know, but we giving you your roses and we acknowledging and appreciating the fact that you turned your pain into champagne, a.k.a. the big reform movement, man. So we just want to acknowledge and show appreciation to the big boss man, man.
And I appreciate that, man. It's always powerful when you go somewhere and you see your peers, those that look like you, those that come from your demographic and your background, able to get that type of love without it being no hate, none sour, none salty. You know, we don't have enough black men that's willing to congratulate each other. It ain't always competition, baby. It's love.
Yeah.
So it's powerful that we able to sit here and, hey, man, I see you doing good. I'm doing good. And it be love, man. So,
Conglomerate, man. That's what we need. We need a conglomeration of black men doing positive shit to influence other people who watching to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't always got to be at odds, man. We can come together.
Oh, man.
You feel me? But so let's go and dive into it, bro. So for you in the H, I know this like your second home, but I got a lot of, you know what I'm saying, youth and youngsters and people who might not be familiar with what you do and who you are. So before we dive into it, man, just give them a little background information on who the boss man is and where you come from and how you got to the point that you is right now.
So I'm going to start it out with letting it be known that I come from a dysfunctional household. I've been dealing with the penal institution since I was about 11, 12 years old. My mother was a dope fiend. My brother gang bang. My mother gang bang. I grew up gang banging. I come up with the mentality that if I want something, I can just take it. So I'm an individual that come from all that, yet I don't tell you that as a victim, but as someone that's a victor, someone that's overcame that.
Say that again real quick, man. You don't tell it to them as what?
Yeah, I don't tell you that as a victim, but as a victor, someone who's overcame those things and been able to reform and transform his life. So I like to tell people I took my experiences from the streets and my upbringing and I apply it now to change lives and make millions of dollars.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So where exactly you from in Dallas?
Oak Cliff, America, to be exact.
Boom. So for my people that's in Dallas, Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove, you feel me? Hey, South Dallas. Hey, man, if bro can do it, coming from where he came from, man, so you ain't got no excuse being where you from, man. You can make it happen, too. So just give us a little rundown on your history from, boom, you know, being a youngster, going through your maturation process to kind of where you is now. What's your journey? Explain your journey to us.
So I grew up hitting licks, gang banging and stuff. So I hit my first lick when I was about 12 years old. My mama turned me on to it. So, you know, like I say, man, I come from it. Once you do the little juvenile stuff. Once you start getting away with the little stuff, now you ready to try the big stuff.
Yeah, your eyes get wide because you ain't got caught.
Man. So in high school, man, me and my partners, we used to hit licks. And I often tell people when I went to prison, that was the first time that I got caught. It wasn't the first time that I done it.
Yeah.
So I went to prison at 17. And when you go to prison, man, it's a different ball game walking into them doors. And as a youth, once you done had all these different experiences as far as the music, the movies, and what you hear, I went through the prison door trying to live up to that.
Yeah.
I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to be down. I didn't have the mental nor the emotional strength to stand on my own.
But
So,
you also want them to know that you wouldn't want to be played with. And
Well,
you want to
I
lay it
wanted them
down.
to know that I was down.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be down. I wanted to be the it kid. So I'm gonna show you some. I'm doing a prison tour in Texas. So they got something called the YOP program. It's the youth offender program. And when I went in the classroom, I had on the jury and this particular girl. So this how I get the youngsters. You see how I just told you? Man, I just wanted to be down.
Yeah.
I was the smartest kid in my class, the smartest kid out of my neighborhood, but they don't know this because I'm dumbing myself down to fit in.
To be down.
So when I walk in the classroom, the youngsters say, "Ooh, them boys so woo. Oh, them boys dripping and saucing." And he don't know that I'm catching the lingo, I'm paying attention. So when I get up here to speak, he kind of kiki-kaka. I tell him, see, people like you not no dummy. The reason I know you're not a dummy is because when I walked through that door, I heard you saying Sue Woo, sauce, and drip. So that let me know.
You acknowledge who I was.
You acknowledged who I was.
Yeah.
If you able to identify who I am and this representation right here, boy, you got all kind of sense.
Yeah.
He got all the way quiet.
And you had him locked in.
I had him locked in, and I explained to him, homie, don't be like I was. You really one of the smartest kids in this classroom, but you dumbing yourself down to fit in, to be cool, and it really ain't cool.
Yeah.
That's the type of kid I was. I was never a dummy. But you know, you want to be down. You think being down is cool. I know people right now, 30, 40 years old, and they are ashamed and embarrassed about doing right.
That's crazy.
So, that's the type of kid I was growing up. I was blessed. I often tell people, man, I don't advocate going to prison, but it's the best thing that ever happened to me. It changed the trajectory of the rest of my life.
And it put you on the right path.
I was blessed to do time around some real good game.
Exactly.
Some real old heads who been in prison for a while, who had some real knowledge and game about themselves. And then once I got exposed to the education, it was over with.
But you allowed yourself to be a sponge and receive the knowledge and information that they have to give. Because there's a lot of people who are around good game, you know, but they don't receive it.
So
they allow their ego to block the beneficial information that can ultimately help them excel and exceed to the next level. So the fact that you had your mind on right and you had your perspective adjusted to understand that I'm around good game, so I got to soak it up. That's something that's worth being acknowledged too, because there's a lot of people who are around motherfuckers who are beneficial, but it's artificial if you ain't really tapped in and locked into what's going on.
Right, but this the play though. Even though I was around it, I wasn't able to identify it. So I had been around a whole bunch of good game for years, but I wasn't able to identify it until I started educating myself from the standpoint. So I read the autobiography of Malcolm X.
Yeah.
It's a guy named Alex Haley who wrote the book. That book single-handedly changed my life from the perspective of actually seeing a hustler, a player, somebody that I actually could identify with, come out the streets, go to prison, and change their life. I was fascinated with that. So once I started reading books, I tell people, when you start reading and you get that little piece of information, you start getting hungry.
For more.
It's going to be like a drug. You're going to get addicted, and then this going to be the kicker. So while I'm in prison, you know, I'm reading all these books. Now it's time to put it to work. I just caught a case in the highway. Well, let me talk to the sergeant. Let me see if I can talk my way out of it. Yeah. If I can't talk my way out of it, then I ain't really who I say I am.
Yeah.
Okay, I done really talk my way out of this. I've seen some results.
So now you thirst for more knowledge because I
done seen some results. So now I done read this book where it's telling me the importance of presentation. I'm walking around, my pants hanging off my ass. I'm looking like a whole idiot. But now that I done read this book about the importance of presentation
carrying
and
yourself
this.
the right
I done
way.
pulled my pants up, so now you got certain laws. That's Brewster. He good. Let him in. I'm like, oh, so it's about the way I'm moving, the way. See, they had been telling me this, but it took me to actually see it to
For
begin
yourself.
to digest it and process it. So it's something that came with time. I was just blessed to be around a lot of old heads who cut it for me.
And that just showed how intelligent you was. And just to get on that note, being that you are a man of the culture, I want to focus on something that you said at the Black Men Summit and ultimately piggyback on what you just said that I found that was very interesting. You said that the reason you went to prison is because you was always the smartest person in your class. So from your perspective, why do young black men in our communities feel the need to hide or mask their intelligence or dumb themselves down in order to, and how does that act as a deterrent to our culture? When a person who really smart, he really got the head sense, but he feel like he got to dumb himself down to fit in with the group of people that he rocking with. How does that action act as a deterrent in our culture?
That's a lack of leadership. That's a lack of identity. That comes from the household.
Yeah.
That comes from the culture, the upbringing. Because had I been raised in an environment to where it was cool to be smart,
exactly.
the outcome would have been different. I was raised in an environment where it was cool to wear red. It's cool to goddamn me fight. It's cool to rob, shoot, die. This is what I believe to be cool.
And that's what you ultimately call a product in your environment.
That's what you call a product of your environment.
Yeah.
It took me being removed from there, going to prison, and getting myself together. Had I never went to prison, we wouldn't have Bossman Brewster. Because, so I'm going to show you something. If you hear somebody call me Lil K, that means that they really know me.
They know you from back in the day.
They know me from the trenches.
Yeah.
Because you see this tattoo I got right here? It say R.I.P. Lil K. I killed Lil K. That's how Bossman Brewster
Man,
became.
that's live, bro.
You know what I'm
Visualization, because people are visual learners, and for you to actually put that on your body as symbolism to remind yourself every day that I'm not the person that I used to be.
With.
That's symbolism. Yeah. That's powerful symbolism, bro.
I show everybody this tattoo. I killed him in order to become Bossman Brewster. When you want something different for your life, you finna have to become a totally different person.
Fucking right.
Man, you finna have to change. Change is imperative to success. If you're not willing to transform, you're not willing to compromise, then you're not willing to really be successful. Because to be successful on a high level requires change.
Requires change and adaptation. So if you could speak to a person right now, 15, 16 years old, probably could be valedictorian, but he is withholding that intelligence and that knowledge to fit in with the group of people that he rocking with right now in order to be down. What advice would you give him right now?
If you really who you say you is, if you really that guy how you portraying, then why you ain't figured out a way for us to get on legally? So I just told you before the interview started, I don't respect the dude who got shot.
The shooter.
I respect the shooter.
Fucking right.
You see what I'm saying? If you got all this game, you so hard, you so gangster, you so this, why mama still living over here in the projects? Why we still worried about killing and why we still worried about you ain't figured out a way for us to get on yet?
Legally.
And
you got all that knowledge.
So you ain't doing nothing but adding on to the destruction. I don't respect that.
Yeah.
I don't. So for me, bro, I don't give people respect from the standpoint you take care of your son, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't get no award for that.
You don't get no. Cause that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
If a dude came and slapped you and you beat him up, like okay,
that's what you're supposed to do.
So
cause you a man.
Cause you a man. So I don't give individuals rewards because they think
doing what they supposed to
that's
do.
That's what you supposed to do. You don't get no credit for that.
And I feel like that's what people get it misconstrued, that they feel like they supposed to get some type of validation for doing what you're supposed to do anyway.
Yeah, but that's separate. It's a separation from the boys and the men.
Yeah.
The big boys, we understand, man. That's lightweight. I don't get no type of credit for taking care of my daughter, for taking care of my household. You don't get credit for that. That's what men do.
I tell people that all the time. I say, 95% of the world go to work from 9 to 5. So you don't get no kudos for going to work from 9 to 5. But the motherfuckers that get off at 5 o'clock and then punch the clock on their own dreams, those the people who deserve to be rewarded, because there's so many people that get off at 5 o'clock and they're going to go have a beer. They're going to sit on the couch, watch TV, and they're not going to do nothing to invest into their own dreams to create a legacy for their family and their last name. So they just doing regular shit. But for the motherfuckers who clock out that 9 to 5 and clock in on their dreams, that's the extraordinary. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. Because I meet a lot of people and everybody want to be business owners. You know what I'm saying? But do you think that everybody is meant to own business?
Not at all.
Do you think, you know what I'm saying, some people just meant to have them a little old 9 to 5? Or so in the culture, why does it seem like we look down on the people that got jobs or the 9 to 5? Because I know being an entrepreneur seems to be the it thing
right now.
And then when you actually see what the entrepreneur is, you're not even really an entrepreneur, and
you're not really ready for what it entails.
So you telling me that you want to run a business, homie? You can't even get up and go to work every day.
But that's ego. I feel like that's the biggest deterrent in our culture is the ego, right? Like, people don't understand that the people behind the curtains are more imperative than the person in front of the curtain. Because without the people behind it, the person who got holding the mic in the spotlight, he wouldn't be able to do what he do.
Okay.
So you gotta be able to understand and appreciate your role in the overall success, in the overall realm of success. And I feel like that's where, even with, because it's a pyramid scheme with everything, even in the streets. You got the plug, then you got motherfuckers who might, be serving the street niggas that's on the corner. But you gotta understand your importance in your position. And I feel like people be in positions, but be aspiring to be in different positions and don't want to just be the best in the position that they in. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand that, shit, without me, this wouldn't rock. So I need to be the best at doing what I'm doing in order to ultimately make the empire what it is and the conglomerate what it is. And I feel like people aspire to do other shit and they haven't perfected where they at and they ain't present. Okay.
I can go with you on that. I guess I just have it's like everywhere I go, everybody holler the entrepreneur. Yeah. And I be like, man, you don't even have a job now, but you talking about starting a business.
Yeah.
You can't even get up and go to work every day for a whole year.
You don't even have the habitual behavior that's positive to even put you
to run a business. That's the part that I'm stating.
Like you told me earlier, you don't trust a leader who ain't never been on the front line.
I just told you that.
You can't tell me how to operate in war. If you ain't never been on the front line, my boy.
I tell my people this all the time. You never follow a leader who hasn't been through a war.
Yeah.
How can you teach me something, homie? You ain't been through nothing.
Yeah.
And just because you got money, that does not qualify you as the big homie.
Say it again.
Just because you getting money, that does not qualify you as the big homie.
Because the game then changed and shifted to the point to where, our youth, They are under this impression that if you ain't got no money, if you ain't coming or stepping a certain way, you really can't tell me shit. But you got to understand, man, you got to be a sponge in all type of situations. The game come from anywhere. Yeah, you understand me?
It's interesting you say that, man, because I tell people, man, first of all, the money means nothing. The name means everything.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying?
That's your legacy.
I know a lot of people don't like Donald Trump, but I must say I learned a vital lesson from him. I read his book. It's called Think Big and Kick Ass. I read it while I was in prison. And homie lost everything. He went bankruptcy all the way to zero. Guess how he got back on his feet? He say, man, my name was so good that I had a few partners and I just went and talked to each one of them and borrowed $1 million from 5 friends. And all of them gave me that $1 million. He said I had $5 million. I went and invested it, got back on my feet.
Relationships worth more than money.
Your name and your character are going to put you in rooms that money can't. So the money is cool, but you need to be more worried about your name and your character.
And how you move.
Because even if you get the money, can you sustain it?
Yeah.
Can you hold on to it? Because everybody can get it. Can you hold on to it?
That's what they say. Getting it ain't the hard part. Keeping it is the hard part.
Yes, sir.
And I feel like what's lost in the streets and just in the world in general, where we at now in society, is integrity is lost. Nobody has integrity. You understand me? Nobody has morals and principles. A motherfucker will turn on you, a nigga that he been down with for the longest, if you feel like the opportunity green on the other side, as opposed to maintaining his integrity and saying, hey, bro, I don't give a fuck what they got to offer. I'm staying down because this is where I came up from. Integrity is gone because now people are so quick to they so opportunistic.
Yeah, but
they want to chase the next opportunity.
That's what I do now. I put you in a position where it's gonna hurt you to mess over me.
Yeah.
Man, it's gonna hurt you to mess over me. To lose me as a friend is gonna be detrimental to
everything.
Listen, man, to lose me as a friend is gonna be detrimental to everything you got going on, because I know the value that I bring, and it has nothing to necessarily do with my money, but just being able to chop game with me, being able to depend on me, being able to trust me. All these things you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know,
because you're people like you're an anomaly now, right? People who gonna stand down, who don't have no ulterior motives, people who want to actually pay the game forward. You don't got people, you know what I'm saying? So you don't really have that implemented into society now. So people like you like an endangered species, bro. That's why it was so important to get you here, because it ain't bro. I run into so many OGs that got all the game in the world, but they not even gonna open their mouth, because they like, man, these young niggas don't listen.
They don't listen. Yeah, but I'm gonna show you something, and I always tell people this: to become super successful in life, you gonna need favor. And in order to get that favor, homie, you're going to have to be a good person.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to put good seeds
into the universe,
into the game.
Yes, sir.
In order, so when you watering it and them seeds is growing, that's when that favor going to come in. So me chopping game with a youngster, or me exposing some game to somebody else, it's a win for me, because I told you a while ago, it don't matter how much game I expose you to, you still got to be the one to run with it.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time when I was in prison, man, I can talk to you all day and tell you how to talk to this girl when she come through here for count time, but you still finna have to be the one to take a chance to talk to her and hope that she ain't finna go tell.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like what Pimp C say, man. What you give to the game gonna get back to you.
Hey, man, we eat what we kill.
Fucking right. That's where we from. So look, next question. So me, I'm a firm believer that proper planning prevents poor execution.
Oh,
so
that ain't the 5 P's.
Man.
That ain't the 5.
No, I had to freestyle on that.
Yeah,
the 5 P's is proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Yeah,
but
that's the 5 P's.
But proper planning prevents poor execution, right?
Okay.
So being incarcerated, you have had plenty of time to plan on how to implement yourself back into society upon your release.
Okay.
But a lot of men abandon their plan as soon as they hit the world. So with Brewster Logistics, give these brothers a positive way to implement themselves back into society immediately from the gates of the prison yard. So why is it so hard for our brothers, our black kings, to positively implement themselves back into society after being released from prison? And what can we do to change that?
So we keeping it street
all the way.
This social currency,
we
right?
Keeping it real.
So we want the information to transflow, and
it's got to translate.
So it's something about when we get out of prison and we get that first piece of pussy and them new pair of shoes, we forget everything
that you wrote down when you
everything that you just went through goes out the window.
But that's secular. That's worldly, right? We get worldly, materialistic things, and it allows us to forget everything that we done plan and strategize on.
I don't know what it is, and so when people ask me this question, bro, when I walked out of prison, I knew it was showtime. You know, I lost my family while I was incarcerated. So when I got out of prison and wasn't nobody standing here but my wife, you know what I'm saying? The reality of like, damn, ain't no going home to see mama.
Yeah.
Ain't no going
home
to see little bro.
But before you went in, you had them. When you came out, you ain't have them. I know that fucked you up.
So standing there, and I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You act like you this big time boss, like you really this guy. Okay, you free now. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
All the excuses over with. What you gonna do? You been sitting in that prison cell, talking this big boy talk all this time, reading all this book, running all this con. You free now. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
So I understood, and this was the icebreaker right here. This one I knew for sure. I was like, oh, I got these boys. They sleep. When I came home and saw that I had partners that was still staying at home with their mamas, partners who didn't even have cars, they out here still hustling, selling 50s and 100s. I'm like, man, y'all still doing that? I'm like, right.
You passed that up in the penitentiary. Y'all were rocking and rolling.
Man, I was doing that in prison. I passed that up while I was in prison, so I done got free.
And that's crazy. I ain't even in the free world. I done passed you up.
And if this is what you want, I'm like, damn, I'm having more motion just going to work every day than you is being right here doing this. I'm having more motion in my life doing right than you is doing wrong.
Man.
I mean, you know, I thought coming up in the game, the point in hustling and doing what we was doing was to get ahead. Okay,
Not
man,
stay stagnant.
I know people, homie, you still in the same position from 20 years ago, homie. So you need to stop selling dope. Had you put that same 20 years into a job, you'd at least have a 401k or
a promotion.
But I'm just saying, I know too many people. You taking chances with your life and your freedom for the same amount of money you can just go to work for, homie. Well, what is you doing?
But what is it? Is it the fear of being restrained, right? Because motherfuckers feel like when I'm hustling, when I'm out here on the block or whatever I'm doing, right, I got freedom of my schedule. I can kind of move and come how I want, but really you can't.
Man,
right?
Is this about getting money or is this about being cool? Because I thought this was about us getting money.
Yeah.
And if it's about us getting money, man, I'm going to go hit this clock right quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's about us getting money, I can go make $1,000 just clocking in right here at this warehouse.
Yeah.
Man, you sitting in the trap every day and ain't even got $1,000
in
profit.
Yeah,
I'm talking about profit, not the re-up money.
Yeah.
I'm talking about profit. You ain't even making that sitting inside the trap. What I'm going to sit in the trap for, bro? I can just go to work. I ain't got to take no chances.
Though. That's perspective. And discipline, because it takes discipline to even think like that, right?
Yeah, but as I told you earlier today, you say it's discipline. I call it real pain.
Yeah.
When you done been through what I done been through and you come from where I come from and you get the opportunity to get away from it, boy, you going to be running like Usain Bolt.
Like a motherfucker.
You trying to get away from this here if you really come from it.
Yeah.
Now, I know a lot of people who really living through the rap and the movies, and so, you know, you don't
trying
really
to dabble
come from
with it.
you trying to dabble with it. You ain't never seen your partner get his head blew out.
Yeah.
You ain't never got the phone call that your mama just died from a drug overdose. You know, you don't really know about this here, so you kind of, but when you really done felt that pain and you get a chance to, hey, man, I got me a wife now. I got me a little baby, and damn, ain't nobody looking for me. I ain't want it. Ain't no beef. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best feeling in the world to not have to do this. Look over your shoulder. To not have to
do that. You know what I'm saying? You got people that's in the streets getting money, but they can't go nowhere. They can't do nothing.
They ain't at peace.
They can't even sleep at night.
Yeah.
I have more money now than doing right than I ever had.
What your shirts be saying when you on your post? Your shirts be saying, my what you say? My hustle is what?
My hustle legal.
My hustle legal, and he got really illegal on that bitch. But you cross out the
illegal. Yeah, but if you really a hustler and you really a game player, you supposed to be able to convert that to this side of the track.
Because really, that's actually that's advantageous for you because you are able to market something that's not marketable. You were able to sell something that you can't post on Instagram and say, hey, shit,
because you don't get credit for selling dope. Dope gonna sell itself.
It's fucking right.
You know what I'm saying? If you really a hustler, you really a player.
You can translate that to the legal world.
You can translate that to this right here. Now, if you can't translate to this over here, you really ain't who you say you is.
So then you got to really go back to the drawing board.
You really need to kind of go back to that's why you need the job.
Yeah.
That's why you need the job, because you ain't really who you
you ain't that.
If you really that guy, you can transform that hustle, that grind that you putting down over here. Man, I just talked to you, man. You got vending machines. You know what I'm saying? You got a little spot to be able to do this, that, other little thing. You got several little incomes coming in to where it's like, okay, yeah, I got a job. I got some vending machines. I might got me a little real estate. I might got.
Yeah.
So you done stop. So normally what you do in the streets, you just doing it now. Now you got this legal. So I got partners that I be trying to put that up on, but I will give you something that you told me, man. Ego is really hurting the African American community. It's hurting us like never before. Yeah. I know people, you the big brother, I'm the little brother, and you doing good, but I'd rather go this way than listen to the brother. Yeah. In other cultures, Hispanics, whites,
they gonna lock in with their own people.
They gonna listen to the uncle, the granddaddy, the big brother.
They ain't got no choice, cause shit, if you drive down Lil York and Antoine, they gonna have a big ass highs with about 8, 9, 10 of them in the highs, and you and as a black, you talking down, but really they got a motherfucking solidified plan to come up. And they probably already doing better than you, but you down talking to them like, damn, look, they got 4, 5 cars in the yard. It's 8, 9 of them living in the house, but I bet you them cars paid for. And I bet you they living in this house that they own, that they about to build another one next door for little Maria to go move in. And boom, boom, boom. And then they gonna build a motherfucking compound.
See, in the African American community, it ain't like that. I got so many partners that I grew up with and that I did time with, they salty towards me. Instead of congratulating me and coming and trying to lock in and like, damn, bro, what you got going on? They salty, but they only salty because they can't use me no more.
And I feel like it's that they can't use you, and the fact that you are a prime example of their potential that they didn't reach.
Right.
Like they can look at you and say, boom, we came from the same hood, we got put on at the same time, or whatever the case may be. But you allowed your circumstances and your situations to allow you to propel to your potential as to where they kind of float up under the radar. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them, they still in the 90s. They still chasing the glory of the 90s. I'm through with that. That's over with. Yeah, man, I got big dreams and big visions and goals that I want to accomplish for myself. So it's just we on different wavelengths. Yeah, we on different wavelengths, but I understand people are accustomed to me being the crash dummy.
Yeah.
They're accustomed to me being the one that's down for whatever. I got a saying, I always tell people this. If I hear you say it's whatever and I don't care, I don't fuck with you. Because Keidrain Brewster do care, and it is not no whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is not no goddamn whatever, and I do care. But you always hear people, man, I don't give a damn, it's whatever. As soon as I hear that,
you crash. You a crash.
You a crash.
You a crash.
You will lose everything. I'm like, I can't do that. Brewster Kerr, what's going on? What's our situation? Because Brewster Kerr. So
like
you know what? I will contribute a lot of it to mindset, but I'll tell you, man, you know, when you done really been through the pain, man, I done sat in that prison cell in them boxes. You hear me eating that brown, that peanut butter sound. They feeding you peanut butter so much they got to give you some prunes so you can shit because you stopped up.
And that's why I told you. That's why we do what we did right at the dribble. You turned your pain into champagne.
It's
a lot of people that go through that pain and they can't escape it. They victims of their pain. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to being victors of their pain. You know what I'm saying? So that, like I say, man, just that in itself, bro, is something that's supposed to be acknowledged and appreciated. So look, let me ask you this. So in a world full of distractions, explain to us, the people who watching, how important it is to focus your energy to accomplish or achieve something great. Whatever it is, like Brewster Logistics, right? And if you were at a middle school or high school and had to give one piece of advice to the youth, what would it be and why? Because it's so many distractions, bro, that I feel like, you know, like that's why even rap songs are shorter now. Like, you know, back when we was coming up in the 80s, rap songs had 3 verses. Now them bitches might have 1 verse, 1 hook because the attention span's so short. Videos so short now. You know what I'm saying? So, because it's so many distractions, motherfuckers can't lock in on something and be like, this what I'm going to do, and I'm going to stay doing this shit until I achieve what it is I'm trying to do. So in a world full of distractions, how important is it to be able to just focus on that end goal?
So I won't necessarily say focusing on the end goal as much as you need to be focused on your day-to-day.
On the work.
Yeah, so too often we create unrealistic expectations. And when you create those unrealistic expectations, when you don't hit that agenda or you don't hit that goal, now you depressed, now you frustrated. So I tell people the importance of the day-to-day.
Yeah.
And when I say day-to-day, hey, I got up at 5 o'clock today. I went to work, took care of the business, came home, messed with baby. I need to lay down. I need to be getting ready to get up and do it again. You know, you got people that's counting. So say, for instance, you go buy a truck. You done already counted that $1 million and that truck ain't went nowhere. Mm-hmm. You done already said, I'm finna make X, Y, and Z. But when you get the truck, you gonna see that it ain't finna be X, Y, and Z. You gonna have to do A, B, C, D,
before you
E,
get the X, Y,
before
and
you
Z.
get the X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's the day-to-day. So when I tell people about the focus, man, I go with the day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is you trying to accomplish, how often are you around that? The people you talking to every day, you are a sum total of the 5 people that you deal with daily.
Sir.
I don't hang with, I don't talk to, I don't associate, and I don't deal with people, places, or things that consist of negativity, drama, trauma. If it's trauma, drama, negativity.
Count you out.
You can count me out. I shake people all the time because they see how I look. You know what I'm saying? They be thinking I'm with it, so they'll go to pulling out. They might have a gun right here. And, yeah, Brewster, I got this going on. They pulling out their little weed the whole time all this going on.
You like, shit, I'm about to get up out of here.
Oh, now what they don't know is I'm smiling and kicking. I'm saying, oh, yeah, I got to shake you, boy. You got too much going. It's over with. Yeah. I just look like this, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking right. Yeah.
It's the first chance I get. Oh, hold up. Baby calling. Hold on.
I'm gone.
Phone hey, what's up, baby?
Phone ain't even run.
Phone ain't run. Hey, what's going on, baby? Oh, yeah, I'm finna get ready to leave him over here now, man. Yeah, all right. What's going on, man? My gas, she tripping and shit, man.
I gotta get up out of here.
Yeah, let me go on, get up out of here.
But that's you being present, and now you that just showed the maturity from you wanting to be down to understand how valuable you are to society and what you provide, and you not goddamn sacrificing that or putting that up for scrutiny.
No, listen,
under no circumstance.
Say, bro, being alive and free is one of the biggest blessings a man can have. If you wake up tomorrow morning and you free, man, that's the biggest blessing that you can have, fam. So I'm never gonna put myself in a position to where my freedom or nothing like that
compromise.
I can't do that, homie. Cause I know I know when it get real, man, ain't none of y'all gonna be around. And it ain't because you don't wanna write me, and it ain't because you ain't got love for me, but life really going on.
Yeah.
Real time.
In real time.
You hear me? You my partner. I know you got love for me, but you also got 5 kids. You got a mortgage you got to pay. You got a car. You ain't got time to write me. You ain't got time to come visit me in prison and do this and that. You got a whole life you got to live. So I'm not going to even put, me personally, I ain't going to even give you a chance to have to write me. I do the writing and the sending the pictures.
Yeah.
You'll never even get
I'm going to be on the outside.
I'm going to be on this side.
Fucking right. Fucking right.
I really and honestly feel like individuals that's coming from the streets, coming from dysfunctional household, coming from that poverty, coming from that, man, we gifted, we talented. We got the best of both worlds. Yeah. You hear me? In the event you get serious about your game, because I'm going to show you something. Bro, if you down to pull a gun on somebody,
you do anything. You can do anything in the
world. Boy, you got the heart to do anything, bro. Man, if you listen, man, it takes some heart, homie, to pull that thing out on somebody like, man, give me this in. It takes some heart to sell your anus some crack. It takes some heart to send this girl over here, sell that pussy, man, and bring me back that money.
Back. Yeah, bring
man,
that
it
back.
takes some heart. You gotta have some real cold blood in you to be able to pull this out. So if you can do that, homie, I know you got the heart to.
Easy.
Man, I know you got the heart to try to build a Fortune 500 company. I know you got the heart to get to the NFL. I know you got the heart to become the police chief. I know you got the heart to do these things.
But what do we do as people who are forward thinkers in that light to be able to show them that you can translate that same energy, right? Because I feel like that's where it's lost in translation, because it's not a lot of us who are speaking from a positive perspective to allow them to see that energy that you attain, because the energy is the same. The same energy that it take to pull a pistol and make a nigga run his shit is the same energy it take to become a CFO or a CEO of a Fortune 500 company and establish your business and your legacy. So where does that translation lie? Like how do we get more people on this side of the fence as opposed to the opposite side? Because the energy the same ultimately.
The way we gonna do it is we need the whole United States of America to be following the big reform movement.
Boom.
That's what we need, man. I'm gonna show everybody how we can still keep our sauce and our drip and still move the way we move without compromising our integrity or who we are. I'm gonna show this to you up close. People see me all the time. Hey, are you a rapper? No. Hey,
what you talking about? I came pick you up from the airport this morning. You said who they thought you was?
They thought I was part of the Migos. The woman said, hey, you're with the Migos? I said, nah, I ain't one of them, but I am an upset alert, baby. I am an upset alert, you hear me? They was like, man, I thought you was. I'm like, nah, I ain't one of them, but I am the upset. I can become the 4th member. Call me upset.
Upset.
I'm the upset, baby.
Upset,
yes, not offset, upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I'm telling everybody, man, that's why it's so pivotal for black men such as ourselves. I don't care. You're a police officer. You're a truck driver. You're a school teacher. You're a business owner. The community just need to see more positive black figures doing. I got a partner. He don't do nothing but camera work. You know what I'm saying?
Positive reinforcement.
Everybody not gonna have the same dreams and visions and passions. Whatever it is that you want to get in. I don't want you to drive trucks because Brewster driving trucks. Cause I'm not gonna mess with this camera because he messed with the camera. I drive trucks because that was something that I wanted to get into. You see what I'm saying?
You understood your passion.
I had never in my life left my neighborhood before except to go to prison. So to get in that truck, I was mind blown going to all these different cities. Man, I had never left Oak Cliff before. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Whereas somebody else, I don't want to see nothing else. I done did this and done that. I want to just be the guy behind the camera. You got to figure out what it is you like, what you want to do with yourself and get serious about it.
And I feel like in the black culture, we need to change the perspective of being a product of your environment because it has such a negative connotation, but we can make it positive.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like so now you live next to a owner and operator of his own logistics company. You live next to a lawyer. You live next to a barber that owns his own. So now you're becoming a product of your environment in a positive, optimistic way. So now you got so many different avenues.
Hey man, you got so many examples of black men that's doing something constructive.
Yes, sir.
But then I tell people, we got to hold our media to a higher standard too. The media plays a crucial role in the demise of young black men.
Yes, sir.
Something can transpire with a black man. It'll be breaking news on every major platform in America. But you got something like the big reform movement going on, and it's silent. Shh. You see what I'm saying?
You can hear a rat piss on cotton when you talk about something positive that a black man doing.
But that's why I tell people, we got to hold our media to a certain degree. If you notice the images that other cultures, so like in China, what they watch on TV, they don't show nothing destructive towards them killing each other and harming each other, none of that. If you look at America, the movies for the Caucasians, them movies movies are not set where they destroying each other. But if you go look at Tubi, Netflix, and go to the urban part where the black people at, we either killing each other, selling each other dope, going to prison. You hardly ever gonna go on there and see a movie where it's about something concerning
constructive that a black man
about
is doing.
A black man who done came up. Maybe he grew up in a little neighborhood. Wasn't no rappers or superstars over here. He just a regular guy, get up and go take care of his family. Yeah. That's not going to be applauded.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not going to be applauded.
Because the world don't want to glorify that, but we got to glorify ourselves, though. And I feel like
that's why we
underappreciate each other in ourselves, and when we give everybody else the glory and the benefit.
I'm with you on that. So, look, everybody back home be making fun of me. Because when I pull up in the hood, I'm at the malls or anything, I see a whole bunch of little black boys. I run over, hey, man, y'all know we love each other, right? We ain't finna kill each other. Hey, just because we disagree don't mean we got to kill each other. Everybody be like, why you be doing that? I say, because I don't think they heard enough. That's why they ain't got no problem with just pulling out that thing and just, they don't hear this enough. Hey, bro, I love you. It ain't no beef. My shoes look better than yours. So I come up in the era where I'm trying to be cleaner than you. I ain't trying to kill you, bro.
Yeah.
Nah.
You didn't gave me a standard to live up to. So now I'm either trying to meet or exceed that standard. I know what good look like.
This is the type of competition, because I understand competition. Competition is healthy. But we want to do this constructively because I want to bring out the best in you.
Not
and I want you to be, we got to bring out the best in each other. So if I see you in some throw shoes, you know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be like, man, I probably have to work an extra few hours. I got to go get them hoes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Versus, you think you all that because you got them shoes, bro. Don't nobody really care. Nah, bro. We got to stop that. Hey, bro, you looking good, boy. I see you looking good. That's what's up, man.
And I feel like being in Houston, one of the cultural movements that embodies that is the slab culture. So like you can see a nigga coming, his slab put together. He 10 coats of clear, he swinging, you feel me? He got the fifth on the back, neons in the trunk, you feel me? Sunroof, moonroof, whatever the case may be. And you just went and bought an old school slab, you know what I'm saying, the 89 Caprice for $1,500, and you at the beginning stages. But what I come from is a nigga who slab already put together, and he see you right at the beginning stages like, I see you, youngster. What you gonna do with it? That's the motivation, right? That's being constructive as opposed to being destructive.
Right.
So now you seeing the nigga who at the top of the echelon when it comes to slab saying, damn, that nigga, he acknowledged the fact that he see when I, you know what I'm saying, I'm on my come up. So nigga, that's gonna make me grind harder to go get my shit dipped. Go put them swangers on my shit, put them new Vogues on my shit,
Right.
put my music, get my interior done. You know what I'm saying? So if we can do that with the car culture, we can do that with each other. You feel me? Because we more valuable than materialistic shit. So you supposed to be able to uplift your brother regardless of whatever the fuck he got going on in the world.
So I understand this too, man. You from the north side, I'm from the south side. You from the Timbuktu, I'm from Egypt, or whatever the hoods and sets and all this shit is. Cool. I understand, well, we might not see eye to eye. That don't mean we got to kill each other, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then my thing is, what's up with the conflict resolution? You supposed to be this big boss. Why would we have a situation? You got to kill me then.
Yeah.
Am I that much of a threat? I heard Deion Sanders say this, and it intrigued me. I became a fan. Don't allow my confidence to offend your insecurity.
Yes, sir.
So just because I see you with that candy paint, and I see you, that ain't gonna offend me to what now? Oh, this whole ass nigga think he all that. Nah, I'm gonna be like, oh,
my time coming. If bro did it,
okay, say
I see you.
I need to get this. That's gonna be my mentality.
Yeah.
That's the mentality that I try to push into the culture.
Yeah.
That's the mentality that I don't think that it should be to the point to where, man, they'll kill, man, dude ready to kill me for this.
Yeah.
Like, homie, you tripping. It ain't.
Like we just had breakfast with Lil Key this morning. And I know one thing he said, I love the slab, but on the cool, it's a bad investment.
It's a bad investment.
It's a bad investment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's because of what you talking about, as opposed to a nigga seeing your slab and what you done built and put together and work from the ground up and getting motivated and inspired by it, it turned to hate.
I think we don't promote it. Like I say, especially in the urban community, man, we promote the struggle more than we promote, you know what I'm saying, the possibilities of other things.
Yeah.
You know, just because and then I'm going to be honest with you. When I was coming up in the hood, I didn't even know I was doing bad.
Because everybody around you was living the same, so it wasn't nothing that showed no differentiation.
They try to show you know, that's where a big part of the separation come from. Like, I'm in the hood, but this ain't even really the hood to me. You know, I got somewhere to lay my head. I got clothes. I got to eat every day. You know what I'm saying? So what's supposed to be is that, hey, this is where I'm from. I'm coming up in it. I'm looking for a different way to elevate my life. Hey, man, I might want to go to school to be a lawyer, a doctor. I might want to go play ball. I might want to go do this. You know, as you coming up, you know, if you given the opportunity to pursue that dream or that goal, then, you know, that's a victory. But in our community, we don't promote nothing but the struggle.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing about the struggle.
And that's why they say misery loves company.
I'm tired of hearing about the struggle. I'm tired of hearing about the white man. I'm tired of hearing about the struggle. I'm tired of hearing people say they doing bad. Listen, bro, get your sad, miserable, depressed ass away from me. I'm not mad. I'm not sad. I don't feel like the white man did nothing to me. I don't have none of those.
Because ultimately, you're doing it to yourself if you're not making no action.
Well, in today's time, we're not subjected to the same things that our ancestors went through.
Yeah.
So I do not dispute not one thing that my ancestors had to endure. What they experienced, like hands down, that was very traumatic, and it's a space for that to be dealt with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm saying as far as 2023 and what we got going on in this generation, boy, you afforded the same opportunity as everybody else in the United States of America. So let's stop playing these psychological games. What my ancestors dealt with, that's a completely different ball games. The 50s, 60s, 70s, you know, that's a completely different ball game. I do not want to get on here and minimize slavery nor minimize nothing that my ancestors experienced. That was a very serious, you know, situation, and it's an area and space for that.
But we've transcended from that.
We've transcended from that.
Yeah, so now it's time to go get it.
In today's time, in 2023, they got something called the internet. My partner Wallow tell me all the time, Brewster, we can get rich from just this right here.
Yeah.
We got a computer in our hand right here, Brewster. You see what I'm saying? So
I'm bro did 20 behind the wall, came out and turned up.
My partner Wallow did 20 years, came home and turned right up. This is why I tell people, like, once again, I don't dispute nothing that my ancestors experience, what they went through. We do still have certain things that are hindering us now as far as like the laws and policies. I'm not even speaking on all that. That's an area for somebody else. What I'm speaking on is in 2023, I am afforded the same opportunities as everybody else, man.
Yes, sir.
So if I'm afforded that means I can do anything that any other race can do.
It's up to me to go get it.
Yes, sir.
So look, I know the prison reform movement is designed to give felons an opportunity for legal employment. But what do you think your reform is doing for the kids of your employees? I know you probably haven't thought about it from that perspective, right? Like how is it shaping their way of thinking, and how is it providing the kids future opportunity that they don't even see yet?
So the kids, you speaking about the kids of the parents that's incarcerated.
So I'm really speaking for myself, for instance, right? Because like I told you earlier, my mama probably did a collective of 10 years in the criminal justice, you know what I'm saying, state of corrections. You know what I'm saying? My pops did 6 years in the feds. But upon my pops coming out of jail and my mama coming out of jail and reinserting themselves into society, they didn't have a game plan.
Right.
And as the byproduct or the offspring of my parents, you directly look to them for guidance, right?
For guidance, right.
So if he lost in the sauce and trying to figure it out, ultimately that creates a perpetual cycle to where now I'm lost trying to figure it out.
Generational curses.
Exactly.
Right. I got you.
So how is what you're doing, and you probably ain't even thought about it like this, bro. That's what I was going to ask you. How do you think it's affecting and shaping the thinking and the mental capacity of the kids of the people that you're employing and the opportunities that you've benefited them in the future that they don't even see yet?
So actually, man, I deal with the youth real heavily. It's a nonprofit organization back in Dallas. It's a lady named Letitia Scott. She has a nonprofit called Keeping Families Connected, where she takes the children back to the prisons to go see the parents. So the effect of what I'm putting down is that they're able to see that, hey, man, so this is a gift and a curse, what I'm finna tell you. It's a gift because they're able to see that, hey, change is possible. They're able to see, like, man, Brewster, he came home and he got himself together. So Brewster provides the hope. Brewster provides the inspiration. But this is where the curse come in at. Because now I done exposed your daddy. Now I done exposed your brother. Now I done exposed that they really lazy and that they really don't want nothing out of life. So I done put them in a position to where it's like, damn, Brewster done went out here and done went ape shit. So now when I get out here, I can't say I can't work. Because they going to say,
he done it.
Brewster done it. So, you know, it's a gift and a curse.
But that's positive reinforcement that our culture needs, though.
No,
right? We got to be held to that standard.
It's most definitely something that's needed. Yeah. But the effects of it, the kids, man, you like I say, to be honest, man, our culture is at a state to where, man, they tired of seeing all of this killing and the harm. That's why the big reform movement is popping the way it is. Yeah. They ready for a breath of fresh air. That's the reason that the reform movement is popping the way that it's popping. The streets, the culture, African Americans, minorities, they are tired of seeing the same old thing day after day. Yeah. Death, prison, death, prison, struggle, struggle, death, prison, struggle.
And being oppressed death, by your own people.
Being oppressed by your
being killed by your own people. Come on, man,
they tired of that. It get to a point to where they like, okay.
It's redundant. You know what I'm saying?
And it's evident that we doing it to ourselves.
Yeah. And that's I look at you more so like in the light, like I got Nip right there, right? And I kind of what you doing and what he was doing prior to his passing is synonymous because you know what I'm saying, my mama from LA, she went to Crenshaw High School, you know what I'm saying? But so we would always go to the store and every employee that he had in the store was a convicted felon. Yeah. He opened a dispensary. Every employee at that bitch was a convicted felon. Everybody that worked under his umbrella was a convicted felon. So ultimately, he was doing prison reform without actually, you know, broadcasting this. I'm doing prison reform.
Right.
So I gotta hold you in the same light as that because that's what you're doing, but that's your movement. You feel me? So that right there, bro, is giving our community a second chance to where. You know, I can remember when we had plenty of niggas came home from our hood and they automatically lean on the fact that, shit, I'm a felon, bro. I can't get no job.
Yeah.
So that's your excuse to go back to the streets.
And listen,
but that's no longer an excuse.
Boy, I get that now and I be telling them, oh, man, hold up, you need a job? You know, I'm connected to the system,
and you pull that card.
Boy, I can get you a job within 24 hours. Let me see your ID. Give me your email and your phone number. You'll have a job by the end of the week. Yeah. Well, bro, It's on this side of town. Who gives a damn?
Who gives a fuck?
I don't care what a job
Opportunity
is
might make you drive 30, 45 minutes away, but if you really hungry, you gonna go
man,
get there.
bro, it ain't paying nothing. But Negro, you will go to the penitentiary and work for free, but you crying about working for $14 an hour. Make this shit make sense, bro.
Yeah.
You was just in TDCJ working for free.
For pennies, I'm talking about cents.
You working for free.
Nothing.
I'm lost, but then you come right out here to the world and you telling me that they ain't paying you enough?
That's because your ego. That's
like,
because you done got back into the secular environment and you see people moving and shaking in their glory, and you afraid to go get that $11 or $12 that McDonald's might want to give
bro,
you.
When I came
it's
home,
McDonald's.
When I came home, my first job was paying me $8.50 an hour. I took that job, and within a year, I had already made it up to about like $16, $17 an hour.
Because you got to start somewhere to get somewhere.
Well, I know that I understand this. And anybody who watching this, if they don't take nothing else from this interview, please understand this. No matter what you are doing, bring value. If you bring value to any particular field, industry, whatever it is you're doing, if you got real value, do you hear me?
You got a place.
Boy, you got a place. If you bring in real value, you have a place. I don't give a damn who you are, where you work at. If you're a construction worker and goddamn me, these people know you're going to be here every day and that you know how to build this goddamn house better than anybody else around here, these people are going to hire you.
You got value.
Goddamn it, if this is the cameraman and we know he reliable and he do some A1 goddamn work, every time I come to Houston, I want the goddamn this man right here.
The best ability is availability.
The availability, but your worth, your value.
Your value that
let
you bring.
me see if you really, let me see something. I just told you, I'm going to put you in a position to where, boy, you're going to want Brewster on the team. I'm going to have you in a position to where it's going to be like, we got to find a spot for him. We need him.
Because they see your value. And
hey,
what you
homie, hey, we need him. At the job I used to work at, man, these people let this man go. This man been here 5-10 years. They moved him to a whole nother department. We need Brewster.
That's why I'm at Mercedes right now. And I put this on everything I love. God rest my mentor, Peter Nelly. You know what I'm saying? He hired me. He died of cancer, so rest his soul. But they actually fired somebody to hire me.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
And I've been there 5 years just because they understood and seen the value that I could bring to the company, and I never ever compromised that because I understood the value that I brought. And I know
coming up in here with the game I got, with the swag and the sauce and the drip, it's gonna convert to dollars for y'all. Now, if this is about us selling these vehicles, I'd advise y'all to hire me if y'all really trying to get these vehicles.
For sure, yeah.
That's how you gotta be moving in the industry. I don't give a damn what industry you in. You need to be pulling up. You need to show your worth off the muscle.
Because if they don't know you know your value, they're going to play on it.
See, and that's just like with the trucking. People ask me all the time, damn, Brewster, man, you got them trucks moving and you know how you get the contract. I get the contract because them people know if we got 50 loads and we need all 50 moved, send them to Brewster.
And they going to get done.
Man, send them to Brewster and we can go to sleep. We don't give a damn if they have, I don't care if they have a flat tire, if a driver call in, if a truck break down, them 50 loads gonna still get done.
No circumstance is bigger than the situation.
Them loads versus this guy right here, he have a flat tire, he gonna be calling, man, I had a flat.
I can't bring it to tomorrow.
I can't bring it to tomorrow, this, that. They already know, Brewster, he gonna get it done today.
See, people find excuses but not solutions.
Yes,
you
sir.
find solutions. So when you find solutions as opposed to excuses, you're going to always make it happen. And that's your value, right? You know, because we all run into roadblocks where it's like, well, damn, you know, how I'm going to make this happen? It ain't no how I'm going to make it happen. I know I can make it happen. Now I just got to figure out how to make it happen.
I know I can make it happen. Now I need to be connecting the dots.
That's it.
And then, you know, you got a lot of individuals, man, they don't have good relationships. They don't have no connections. Like I say, your name and your character is so valuable, bro, to where, like, let's say, for instance, I'm trying to put an event together out here in Houston. Now, I don't know nobody, But I can already put this together. I got me a cameraman. I got somebody that can host, and I got a guy that can come do security for me. And I can get all this done just on my name.
And you halfway there. More than halfway there.
So now with these 3 resources that I have right here, now I'm finna see about getting us a building. Hey, bro, you know where I can get a building where I can do this event? Woo to woo, woo to woo. I can get all this. Now keep in mind, I'm getting all this just because I'm Brewster right now. Right now, I ain't spent $1 yet.
That's just off your name, because your name hold that weight.
See what I'm saying? This is why I'm telling people the importance of your character, your name, bringing your value. If you don't, it's bigger than a particular skill set. It's like a combination of things that an individual, I call it the tool belt.
Yeah.
I got a tool belt. I'm a whole nuclear weapon.
Yeah.
I'm a nuclear weapon walking, sir. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially.
Yeah. What they tell me at work, they say that's your quiver, and you equipped yourself with all the arrows in your quiver. So if they need this, boom, you got it. They need this,
yes, sir.
Boom, you got it.
Yes,
boom,
sir.
That's your quiver. Your
Yes,
quiver
sir.
is equipped with a plethora of motherfucking arrows because you put your integrity and your character is gonna always precede.
It's gonna always precede. I think that's one of the most important and most imperative things that needs to be employed into the community. Like, no bullshit. Like, you keep telling me that you want to make millions of dollars, but you started doing fuck shit. I'm started telling you. So people will tell you Brewster don't do good business. He do great business.
Strive to do that. Strive to have people say that about you.
Yeah,
you don't just do good business. You do great business.
I don't want to do good business. I want to do great business. So in the event I just told you, right now, tomorrow, they can tell me, Brewster, next week we need you to come to Houston and do X, Y, and Z. I don't got no cameraman and I ain't got no security. Well, I got me a camera guy right here. I got one of my partners here, a police officer. I think they'll come. I think my name is strong enough to where I can give them a call and they'll come pull up for me. But that comes from good character, good name, standing on principle, standing on more. People ask me about my contract. Man, I got that. That came from putting in real work, bro. That came from building real relationships. This came from really standing on my word. Hey, man, we'll have the loads done and give me 5 days. In 5 days, I don't give a damn what I got going on.
But that's going to get
done.
done.
Them loads going to be done. Now, granted, I probably had 2 flat tires. I probably had a driver call in. I probably had all kind of shit happen on the back end.
But you didn't look for excuses. You look for solutions.
I need them goddamn 50 loads to get done.
And just us establishing our relationship, and I can be the first to attest on this. Bro stand down on his word. I seen bro in Dallas at a Black Men Summit, and I knew that was my opportunity to align with him and lock in with him. And he told me, he say, hey, bro, I don't even do podcasts. He say, but off the simple fact that you here, and I know you invested in yourself, and for 2, how you approach me, with the humility and the respect that you approach me with, I'm going to come down there and I'm going to do that for you. He say, text me Monday morning. And I text him Monday morning, and you see what it turned into, man. So that's a major key. A major key is just having integrity and standing down on your word, understanding that your word is law. Yeah. If you stand down on that, that's going to take you light years
man,
it's
ahead gonna take you, say, bro,
and give you and provide you so much opportunity off the fact that people know that you're reliable and that you stand on your word.
You got to stand on your on business, bro. Standing on business, it's like that shit done went away or something. I take pride in standing on business. My name mean everything to me, bro. Like on some real shit, like my name mean everything to me, bro. From when I was in prison, from when I was in the streets to now, man, my name is everything. I just told you I was so crazy and willing to be down that, you know, they look known for doing this. So just because I'm known for doing this, it means so much.
Yeah, I
gotta do this.
Yes, sir.
It's the same thing now with me being a businessman, with me being a husband and a father. Like, man, that shit mean everything to me. Man, my daughter, she waiting to see me.
You gonna go to the end of the earth. That's why I gotta get bro up out of here. Bro catching a flight today to get back to the D because he gotta stand on business. You know what I'm saying? But look, check this out, bro. Man, from the bottom of my motherfucking heart, G, we appreciate you stopping through, sliding through.
For sure, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Making time in your schedule to stop through the Social Currency Podcast, drop this game.
Sure, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Pay this knowledge forward. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, man, this just the beginning, bro. We gonna stay tapped in, stay locked in.
Man,
for
we
shit
tapped
show.
in. Hey, man, it say a lot when a person invests in themselves. You know what I'm saying? Seeing you at that conference told me that you was for real about trying to do something with yourself. So when I see that, man, I'm always willing to do my part, and may it be sharing some games, some knowledge, using my influence, whatever I can do to assist you, I'm willing to do it because I saw you make that investment in yourself. I saw you drive all the way to Dallas to go to a goddamn conference. When you see somebody do something like that, they serious. They not goddamn me just playing. I know people that tell me all the time, man, I ain't finna pay to go to no conference. I be like, yeah. I be like, I'm finna go to this conference. I don't give a damn how much it costs. It costs $300, bro.
I'm going.
Yeah, I got on some Jordans that cost $200-$300. I mess out $200-$300 just going to go
Fucking
get something
around.
to eat.
Yeah.
So I'm finna go and make this investment. It's too many black men who don't do that. When I seen you, I say, you know what? I don't really do podcasts. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, I want to go rock with homie. I like the fact that homie invested in himself. He invested in his craft, and then how you pulled up. You know what I'm saying? You didn't pull up on no hating or talking down. You like, hey, bro, I salute what you putting into play, man. I'm with that. I'm trying to get my platform on that. What's up? Shit, let's do it. You'd be surprised at how many other influencers that if you catch them like that, they'll do it, bro.
Yeah.
I can't tell you, man, I know all kind of influencers. Prime example, you was just with my people this morning.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It ain't nothing for you. Hey, bro, I want to get you on the podcast. What's up, man?
Because relationships worth more than money.
Yes, sir.
And when you stand out on business and a motherfucker who can reciprocate that energy, understand that, then he gonna receive that accordingly. So we appreciate that. But, hey, until the next time, y'all, this is the Social Currency Podcast, episode 3. We got the boss man in the building. Hey, tell them where they can follow you at, man, if they ain't tapped in with you already.
Hey, if you ain't tapped in, you sleep. We locked in on all social media platforms. Bossman Brewster, Brewster. They got a lot of fake pages out there, man, so you got to watch them. They want to be me, but don't want to put in the real work, man. You hear me? And then you can go to bigreformmovement.com. That's where, all the content really loaded up at, man.
And y'all already know. Follow us on Instagram, the Social Currency Podcast. Link is in the bio. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And till the next time, man, we giving out real game because you can't change the past, but you can always change your perspective. Blah.